From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today with Campbell Brown and Lester Holt.
Plus, why is everything suddenly being sold in a softer shade of blue? A look at how and why our favorite new colors are created. And still to come on Today, in living color, every few years there's a hot new hue, but who actually decides? And up next, a woman who has a bigger influence on your life than you really realize. That's after these messages. This morning on Today's Style, the creation of color, from clothing to Kleenex, fabric to frying pans. Ever wonder why products are a certain color? Take this year, for example. Things have turned in a whole new direction. The shelves are no longer stocked with the traditional blues, blacks, and reds. Instead, subtle shades that create the feeling of a day at the beach or a trip to an exotic land. Joining us to talk about all these new trends and where they come from is Leslie Harrington from the Color Marketing Group and LH Color. And Leslie, good morning to you.
Hi, how are you?
So I'm going to say, first of all, you have a very cool job.
Yes, everybody wants my job.
Essentially, companies pay you to sit around and come up with the hot color trend for the coming year, right?
Definitely, and I'm not the only one. I belong to an organization called Color Marketing Group, and there's thousands of us that actually work for companies, and we try to predict what are the colors consumers are going to want in, say, the next 2 to 3 years.
So what do you guys, you sit around a conference table and you go, I'm all for orange, or I'm all for pink, or what?
Well, we do, except for we actually look at large sort of global trends and things that are happening, and it was interesting because today you talked a lot about global warming,
right?
And that's a huge issue for us that we're looking at. So we're looking at products that have sustainability. We're looking at colors that reflect the environment because we feel that those are colors that people are going to want in their home.
So naturals probably, and greens and that kind of thing?
Definitely. We actually call them earth tones, but they're not the earth tones of the 70s. They're new. So we have like lots of colors like the blue and of the sky and the water. And we have the greens like the botanical greens that are really fresh and like of trees and nature and stuff.
Is that what we're looking here? Because, you know, kitchen appliances all used to be black and white.
Right.
But, I mean, look at this. It's
I know.
Any color of the rainbow
and
now.
You know, these wonderful little small appliances from Hamilton Beach are a really great example of how we're seeing blues and greens coming into the countertop in the kitchen. Now, you can get a fridge in these colors, but again, you may not want that.
People usually stick with stainless on the big appliances, don't they?
But it's really fun to add a pop of color on your countertop with something like this, or in your china or your kitchenware. These are wonderful colors, and the blues and greens are really popular. If you want to update it even a little more, put mellow yellow with it.
Mellow yellow,
right.
Okay.
And these wonderful things from Crate and Barrel, for instance, this is a great, you know, Dutch oven that's really great. And you see, you know, reds and oranges and pops of green and small accessories in the kitchen.
But the trick here, if you want to be really hip and trendy, is less fluorescent, really, and more these subtle colors,
subtle
like you
colors,
say.
Definitely. And not a lot of them, just a few accents really is all you need.
And here you were also talking about, when we were talking earlier, about ethnic being a real good way to integrate these ideas.
This is kind of another trend that we're looking at, which is a lot of ethnic, and we see it not just in colors but also in prints. So for instance, these napkins are a great way to add lots of color and ethnicity to it. And even this Moroccan bowl from Party Light is really fun.
Yeah, with these reds. That's one of my favorite colors. Okay, but here's the thing.
Right.
You know, like when hot pink was the big thing? You're not going to go out and buy a sofa in hot pink,
well, unless you love it, love it, love it, and want to live with it for like 5 to 10 years.
So how do you integrate the hip colors into your life so that you don't end up with a hot pink sofa?
Well, you have to decide how sort of much color risk you want to take and how color confident you are. But most of us are going to buy the beige sofa. The good news is you can do like the 15-minute makeover.
Yeah.
And for instance, what we've done is 2 different scenarios here. So here are the botanical colors.
Yeah.
The wonderful greens. And we just threw a couple of pillows,
and the throw blankets,
a couple of vases, and away you go. You have a whole new look. Or you can take exactly the same color of beige, and notice we don't even have beige in our accessories.
Yeah.
You throw, you know,
and it still works.
The wonderful orange and the golds and the yellows, and away you go.
All right, Leslie, we got to go. But real quick, how long do these trends last? Generally, if you pick a color for a year, it's gonna be about a year, right?
Right, it is.
And then you're moving on.
Well, but the stronger trends, and especially in home furnishing, last a lot longer than you would think. So it's not like fashion.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, I know.
A very cool job. Are we good, by the way?
Good. We're
okay,
good.
Pink and orange?
Yeah,
all right,
we're
good. I thought you were going to say you're so 2 years ago. Leslie Harrington, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
And for more information on the world of color and this year's new trends, log on to our website, weekendtoday.msnbc.com.